Hello everybody, I'm Nora Burrows. I was just in Portland, Maine over the weekend for a wedding, and while I was there, I had some time to do some shopping. So I swung by Z Fabrics. I found lots of treasures. So let me show you what I got. Beautiful pink floral with the purple flowers, very geometric. I actually had not seen this print before. I will show you the salvages on these so that if you're interested, you can take a look. Since these did just come from the fabric shop, you may still be able to find them in your own fabric store, but I think some of them are an older line. I would guess that this one is probably an older line. This is just kind of a lovely rose print here. Let's get a closer look. And the gold here is just stunning. I think this is the same line. Let's take a look at the selvage here as the next one that I'm gonna show you, but I'm not sure. So this, yes, this is Moon Night in the Garden by Sweetfire Road. And I think this one is also the same line. Let's take a look and see. Yes, that is also Midnight in the Garden. I think I said something different for that other one. But anyway, here is this pretty print. I have been specifically keeping an eye out for black prints. I've had a really hard time. This is kind of like a charcoal. It's not a black, but I've had a hard time finding black prints, like a black on black or any kind of black based print that I really like. And I don't have a lot of them in my stash. So I was happy to find this, even though it's a novelty. I've started to kind of, if you hear that banging in the background, we're having some work done on our bathroom. So that's what that is. But I've been trying to steer away from the novelty prints just because I use them so infrequently. I always love them when I see them and buy them, and then I don't use them. But I think that this could be used just kind of as a tonal print and not a novelty. This next one is much different. It's more modern. And this is actually a navy, not a black. And what I thought was really cool about this is, you know, how it's already kind of put into these squares. So I'd have to figure out and think about how to best to utilize that, but super cool, really modern. I love that. This one was on sale, and I'm a little bit sad because my Halloween block exchange with my guild is officially done, and I am working on that quilt, so I'll have to show that to you in my next vlog update. But this would have been so perfect. Isn't this fun, these lips with the bloody teeth? So funny. So I'll have to use this in something next year for Halloween. I just got a half yard of these bulldogs, you know, again, kind of like this modern print here. The background is kind of this gray, taupey tan print. So it's not, it adds a little bit of extra interest in my opinion. So this will be really fun. And I got a half yard of this green, again, geometric. And you know, some of these can even really go together, some of the other ones that are coming up as well. But I thought this was a great green. This is a green that I feel like you don't typically see, and with the little pops of gold and the white leaves, really cool. This piece I got a good chunk of because it was on sale. It was $7, $6.99 a yard. This could be a great, you know, background fabric. And, you know, the background on it, something interesting is happening on the background. It's not just kind of the black on the solid. It's additional shapes set back, which is really cool. I got this animal print because I actually, strangely enough, have two projects that are going with this animal print. Not this print in particular, but animal prints in general. One is, I haven't started, but I've set fabric aside for it, and it is a mariner's compass, which I feel like you wouldn't typically think of this kind of print for a mariner's compass. But I like that. I like the unexpected. And then the other one actually has pictures. It's very strange. It's a very strange project. I'll have to show it to you at some point, but it actually has like lions and tigers in it, and it's, you know, very literal but weird. And that one I have started. That one I did as part of a workshop, and I was just kind of playing around and having fun, so I thought this would be good for that. Now, I am not a religious person. I do not follow, you know, I don't participate in organized religion. Actually, I have pretty strong feelings about organized religion, but I know everybody has their experiences and their opinion, and that's cool. But when I saw this, I just thought, visually speaking, it was stunning. So this is going to be challenging to use for a variety of reasons. I mean, it's so striking on its own that, you know, what do you do around it, right? But these faces, let's get a closer look. These faces are just beautiful. It has this real folk art feel to it. You know, I didn't show you the salvages of some of those other ones. I'll go back at the end and show you those in case there's a piece that you're interested in. Let's see about this one. All right, so this is from 2021. It's a little bit older print, but there's that. In case you're interested, I'm sure you can find it online or in your fabric store. I had not seen this piece before, and I almost wish I had gotten a little bit more of it, but I think it'll be good to have I think I got a yard. So it'll be fun to kind of experiment with this and see what I come up with. This I wasn't going to get because it's just kind of an alphabet, and really, what do you do with that? But it was on sale for $7, $6.99. So I thought what would be cool is in some kind of modern-y print to cut like strips out of it, very thin pieces, so you're just kind of seeing bits and pieces. And even if you can still tell that they're letters, I think that could be really cool. So this, I mean, really could go with this piece. And if you're interested in, I'll just show you this while it's here. This is a Ruby Star Society print. And there's the info on that. But anyway, I don't know, maybe it couldn't go with this. But in theory, you know, some of these could be kind of cool together. Even like, I don't know, the leopard, maybe this one. You get the idea. Some really cool things could be happening here. Now this piece I'm particularly excited about. I have this fabric in the traditional national parks. This company came out with this exact thing, only it was kind of scenes of national parks. I think it was posters from the national parks from back in the day, is my understanding. So I have that, and I actually have a quilt in progress with that. But this one is all the creatures of the park. You know, so you have the lizard man and Bigfoot and Creature from the Deep. So this, I think, is just super funny. Here's a closer look at some of them. Graphically speaking, I think they're just stunning. Really, really, really cool. Let me show you the selvage. It's Riley Blake. You know, the national parks. And of course, the selvage has the Bigfoot. So funny. All right, there's that. Now to go along with that, I got this Bigfoot panel. Let me hold this up because I don't think I can spread it out. All right, let's see if I can get far enough back. So there it is. There's the panel, the Bigfoot panel. Really fun. Here's a closer look. The colors are great. Love that. And while I'm here, I'll show you the other panel that I got. This is also, so this is a panel from the original National Park series that I was saying. So just like the Bigfoot one goes with with this piece, this panel goes with the original National Park fabric, and it is the Acadia, Maine, with the sailboat. Let me put this on the table. I'll tell you what I think I'm going to do with it. So here's the ship, and I think what I'm going to do is cut off this top part. So I'll make a cut right under the words here. So the panel will just be, so the top of the piece will just start there, and then the bottom, I'll cut off the words down here so the bottom will be right there. And I'll use this as a big center of a quilt. And then I'm thinking of just around the quilt doing a bunch of hourglass blocks in different kind of fabrics in the same tones as the pieces, as the color of this panel, including, I got this itty bitty piece of this fabric that I just love these squids. And I think the orange in the squids will go so nice with some of these touches around. So instead of doing an hourglass with these blocks, I'll have hourglasses around, but then I'll also maybe do some full just squares kind of interspersed. So I'm excited for this project. I think this is going to be a fun one. So that is all the yardage that I got, but I also got some fat quarters. So I'll just go through some of these and show you some of these fat quarters. And I find fat quarters to not be particularly useful usually. It's just not really enough fabric, but they are fun, aren't they? And I have this print in a different colorway, a good chunk of it, I think like a yard or something like that. But this is a really, really fun one. This is a Tula pink, kind of like her neon line. And this is, I got this because it was very geometric. And I thought it would go with some of those other geometric prints, so that I'm hoping if you cut it up in a certain way, it won't necessarily read as utensils. And it may, and that's kind of funny and cool as well. But I'm hoping that it just kind of like reads more like shapes. This one is partly black, partly gray, will be really useful. Here's another modern one. And these are really, really good masculine colors. I use those colors a lot. Winter Scene, just kind of a sky or water blue looking piece. This is kind of a camo type look. So that's all the fat quarters I got. But I did also place an order with Fat Quarter Shop, and that came in the mail while I was gone. So let me show you the little haul from Fat Quarter Shop. Here's what came in the mail, and I did something I almost never do, which is I got a bunch of stuff all from the same line. Typically, I like to get a little bit of fabric from one line and then mix it with other lines, just because I think it's more visually appealing to do that. It's more interesting. It's less predictable. But in this case, I just loved this line so much. And it's hard to know what to do with these things sometimes, because I really want to just make quilts. I don't really want to be making placemats and stuff like that so much anymore. But these are, these fruit type fabrics really do lend themselves more to kitchen things versus quilts. But I might just make a summer, a summer picnic quilt or something. But let me show you what I got here. So here's the red on white, and I've really been going for these geometric prints. I did also get this in the black and white. This is kind of like a taupey color. It's not a white. And same with this one. It's a little bit more taupe-ish. But I was excited for this for the same reason that I was excited for this piece that I showed you earlier, because I have had a hard time finding these blacks that I like. So I loved this. I think I probably got 2 yards of it, I would guess. Let me show you the selvage so you can know what line this is. So all of these fabrics that I'm about to show you are Fruit Loop by Basic Gray. So I'm not going to show you all the selvages, because if you look up Fruit Loop by Basic Gray, you can find all of these pieces. Now, I didn't get a lot of these other, I got the most of that red and that black that I just showed you, because I thought they were so versatile, and I was trying not to blow my budget here. So I wanted to get a lot more of these other prints, but I held back. I only got a little bit, which I think, artistically speaking, is good, because it forces you to kind of think outside the box. And I can supplement some fabrics that I already had that I have that are not in this particular line, as well as some solid. So I can kind of fill the quilt out that way. But I will have to think about how to use these, because I think I only got maybe half a yard or something like that of these other ones. But I got this in 3 different colorways. This one is the pink, obviously. It's just so beautiful. It really is stunning. So here's the pink, and then I got it in blue. And I got it in black. There's the black. Oh, God, so good. So those are those 3. And then I got another 3 prints. I got this really fun, again, geometric fruit watermelon fabric. I think this is super cool. So I also got this in 3 colorways. I got this in the white with the red. I got it in the blue with the white. And these to me look kind of like apple slices or pear slices. You know, this is obviously the watermelon. This is like the apple. And then the third colorway I got it in is this yellow and green, which obviously is the lemons. So I am so excited to put something together, but I really need to think about what I'm going to do with these. I don't want to just take a pattern and throw them in there. I want to think how to best utilize these prints and make something spectacular. So I'll end holding up my favorite piece, this National Parks creature fabric. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.